Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court File Number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to Count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Jury foreperson 019.
All right, so there it is, folks. Guilty on all 3 charges: murder in the third, murder in the second, and manslaughter in the second degree. So if you're not familiar and you're living under a rock, today was the jury verdict reading in the Derek Chauvin, George Floyd murder case. Derek Chauvin, the former Minnesota police officer, Minneapolis police officer, who was accused of killing George Floyd by putting his knee on his neck during an arrest for 9 minutes, 9+ minutes. I think it was 9 minutes and 29 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. And the jury has heard the case over the last 2.5 or 3 weeks, and they went into deliberations yesterday afternoon on the 19th, and they got the case after closing arguments, and then they deliberated last night for a few hours and all day today until about 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and they just read the verdict, which you just heard. So what does this mean? It means that the police officer, Derek Chauvin, is facing 75 years in jail, 40 for the highest murder, 25 for the second murder, and 10 for the manslaughter. But in a lot of these cases, it's typical, according to the records, that they only receive about 50% of that time. So he's looking at about receiving 35 years in jail, depending on what the judge sentences him on. The prosecution is asking for more because they said it was done maliciously. The defense is looking for less because he has no criminal history. It was done in the line of work. They said that he probably shouldn't even been convicted. They're actually looking at getting this overturned because of statements made by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, who tried to incite violence in the event that there was a not guilty verdict, which he says intimidated jurors into voting guilty no matter what. A lot of things going on with that. But he'll have sentencing in 8 weeks. He was reprimanded to jail, but they are in the process of filing an immediate appeal and asking for what essentially could be an overturn and a mistrial or something because of those statements made by a congresswoman who, like an idiot, decided to open her mouth in something that didn't concern her directly. Now, obviously she's entitled to an opinion or this or that, but you can't try to sway a jury before they make a verdict reading. She did this a couple days ago in Minneapolis. She flew from California, where she's a representative, or DC, wherever she was at the time, into Minnesota and made these statements out on the streets. So with that said, best guess, I think it gets overturned. If it doesn't, I think the judge sees all that happened, and I think that he ends up giving him a light sentence in the grand scheme of things. My guess would be a third, so we're talking 25 years. And most prisoners in the Minnesota system only end up serving about 60% of their sentences on average. So that would put him somewhere around the 15 to 16 year sentence of time that he would serve, less good behavior. He could potentially, walk after 10 or 12 years, probably more realistically 14, 16 years is what he's going to do in jail. If he does jail time, if they don't overturn this. God help them if they do overturn it. I imagine all hell would break loose, but that's the news from today. Derek Chauvin found guilty on all 3 charges against him, and sentencing will go forward. Appeals will go forward. The preparation for a mistrial will go forward, and in the coming days and weeks we'll hear more. We'll find out how those appeals are going to work out. they could take weeks and weeks, so we'll be prepared for that. And we'll see if there's unrest tonight or if it's peace in the streets because they got the conviction and the result that they were asking for. So with that said, we'll continue to monitor, and if anything happens, I'll try to post it on Instagram where I post a lot of this channel's links and videos. But in the meantime, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll keep you up to date on the news. Please like this video. This is an unbiased, non-opinionated channel. I simply give you the facts, and what you do with it is up to you, including down in the comment section. So with that said, please have a wonderful day. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.